Muslim gets completely silenced and leaves the debate like a coward whenever he gets silenced by Sam Shamoun.
Okay, Jesus was born of a virgin, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Allah made it happen.
Why for him though?
This is Allahu A'lam. We don't know.
That's it? That's the only excuse you have, Allahu A'lam?
We don't have any clear reason why Allah did it, but He did it.
Okay, well,
that's what we
all
know.
right, hold on. So let's see how many things you don't know, because I'm going to show you them. Now, in Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 42.
Because we're not told this.
Okay, well, in Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 42, it says that Allah preferred Mary and purified Mary and preferred her above all women. You agree?
42?
Yeah, chapter 3 of the Quran, verse 42.
Recall the time when the angel said, "O Mary, surely Allah has chosen you and has rid you of all impurities and has preferred you to the women of all people."
Okay, and actually all creation, but that's okay. So Mary,
All creation.
okay, so Mary is preferred above all women of creation. Mary, right?
That's what the Quran says.
Okay, number one, that's number. Okay, number two, Mary is the only woman mentioned in the entire Quran, right?
Mary is the only woman mentioned in the Quran.
No other woman is mentioned by name. And the Quran will say the wife of so-and-so, the mother of so-and-so, but it never mentions any woman by name except Mary.
Well, you're claiming that, but I didn't confirm it.
It's easy, man. Just go Google it if you want. Mary, the word of a woman, the name of a woman, Maryam.
I'll stick with you. I'll stick with you, but I'm not going to admit
And
that.
you're going to confirm it later. You're going to confirm it later.
I will stick with what's proved. So you're talking about the verse. Stick to the verse.
Yeah, no, because this is another proof. Because Mary has a chapter named in her honor, Surah Al-Maryam, chapter 19, the chapter of Mary. Mary is preferred above all women, and Mary is the only woman mentioned by name in the Quran. Why? Why is she so honored and not the mother of your prophet? Why is she so honored but not the mother of your prophet? And in Sahih Muslim says that Amina, the mother of your prophet, is burning in hell.
Who's?
Sahih Muslim. You want to read that for you?
You can't just say why is the. You can't just ask these. You can't just ask these questions.
Why? Why can't I?
I mean, Allah.
Why not?
Because you can't question Allah and His logic.
Where does it say? So you mean Allah wants me to be a dummy, a blind follower, and being stupid all my life and not question? Then how am I going to know it's the truth?
Yeah. So do you question the Bible? No.
Of course. Why do you think I end up believing the Bible? Because I question it, see if it's true, and I came to that conclusion. Here I'm asking you questions. You just want to blindly follow. So do you want me to read for you Sahih Muslim, where your prophet was told, don't pray for your mother because she was of one of the mushrikun. She's in hell, and his father's in hell. Muhammad's father and mother are in hell.
This is nonsense.
Do you want me to read the hadith? I mean, it's up to you. And it's from Sunnah.
Even if you read the hadith, I'm not going to believe it.
So you're not going to believe what Sahih Muslim says. Okay, here. But I'm going to give you the link anyway, and I'll read it. Let me just read it. Here it is. Sahih Muslim, book 4, number 2129. Abu Huraira reported, Allah's messenger as saying, I sought permission to beg forgiveness for my mother, but He did not grant it to me. Let me repeat it again. Allah's messenger asked Allah, forgiveness for my mother, but He, Allah, did not grant it to me. I sought permission from Him to visit her grave, and He granted it to me. So Allah said, Muhammad, don't pray for forgiveness. I won't forgive her.
So the Prophet's mother, she died before...
She died as a kafira.
He received his revelations.
Okay, she died as a kafira.
She died before...
As a kafira, right? A disbeliever who was one of the mushrikun, who used to worship the idols, right?
If she doesn't have the knowledge, she's not to blame.
Okay, but then why is Allah telling Muhammad, don't ask for forgiveness? That means she's being blamed. Because you don't ask Allah to forgive her if she's not being blamed and she's in sin that needs to be forgiven. Do you understand what you're talking about?
What did I tell you about the hadith before? What did I tell you? What did I tell you about the hadith just a little while ago? You have to take it. Huh?
I'm laughing because you're getting angry for us. I don't know. Dude, I'm just quoting.
I'm not getting angry, but I'm making my point to you.
Okay, but dude, this is Sahih Muslim. You want me to then say, hey man, Sahih Muslim, who cares? But wait, I have to care because this is the Sunnah. You tell me follow Quran and Sunnah. The Sunnah is found in the Sahihain, Al-Bukhari, Muslim, the most authentic collection. I quote it, now you're telling me, don't quote it, man. What I tell you? Dude, what kind of religion is this? You make it up as you go along. What kind of religion is this? I go to your source. I didn't write
Because the
Sahih.
Quran is the word of Allah.
Okay, where does the Quran honor
And
Muhammad's
even
mother?
the Prophet said, "Don't make hadith about me," because
Really?
the Prophet himself instructed his companions not to make hadith. That's why
Wow.
this hadith is a debated issue these days.
Hold on.
And if you don't believe
Oh,
me,
man, dude, you're gonna create more problems, Jihad. Let's take it step by step. Okay, my question is, okay, forget the hadith. We go back to my point again. You made my point. Jesus's mother is so special. Allah mentions her by name in the Quran, but your prophet's mother is not so special because the Quran doesn't even tell us who she was, what's her name, and what's her background. Is that how Allah honored your prophet? He didn't even mention a single thing about his mother in the Quran. So I'm gonna know whose mother is.
Allah did not mention his mother's name.
But why does he
Prophet.
mention Jesus'
Allah.
mother's name?
Because Jesus was a prophet.
So was Muhammad. He was a prophet. How come his mother's not mentioned?
Because Mary was a virgin. So
Also, because she's a virgin, she's
I
mentioned.
don't know, my
Okay.
friend. Listen,
Okay, all right,
listen,
all right.
listen. You cannot ask me these questions because I cannot just answer.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, why Allah did this or why Allah did that? Allahu A'lam.
Now, Jihad, here's what's funny about you. You're going to call me and ask me questions about my faith. And if I don't answer, then you're going to laugh at me. You're going to say, yeah, stupid kafir. You don't know the answer and you're still a Christian. But conveniently for you, when you don't have an answer, you still want to be Muslim and saying, well, I don't know. I'm not a scholar, and you still want to believe. So then why do you attack Christians who want to still believe in their book even though they don't have answers?
What we know is that somebody else got put in Jesus's place
Where do you know that from?
from Islamic sources.
And so a source that comes over 600 years after the time of Jesus is more reliable than documents that come within the first century, anywhere from 30 to 60 years after Jesus went to heaven. So a document that's 30 years after Jesus went to heaven is less reliable than your Quran that comes 600 years later. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. That's fine.
Okay.
All I'm saying to you is that there's some other scriptures out there that don't agree with what you guys believe in.
Okay,
They
what's your
agree more with what we
name
believe.
them? Name them.
Huh?
Give me the name. I gave you the Gnostic Gospels. They not only not agree with me, they don't agree
Some
with
of the
Muhammad.
Gnostic Gospels. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
None
The
of them.
Gnostic Gospels.
None of them.
They believe
agree.
that Jesus was a man, a
No.
regular man.
No, the Gnostics you're quoting either thought the human Jesus was indwelt by the
There
divine
were some
Christ.
stuck for Allah that even believed that he was not even born of a virgin.
Okay.
I don't believe that.
Okay,
but
so
if
then why are
go
you appealing to
history-
them? Okay, let's go with you. One group of Gnostics thought there is Christ who is a divine being, a God from the higher level of the aeons. When he came to earth, appeared as a man, but wasn't actually human. He didn't have an actual physical body. It just appeared as a body, but he didn't have one. Were they right or wrong?
Wrong.
Okay. The other Gnostics believe there was a human Jesus, and that divine Christ, that Christ was different from the human Jesus. He came and dwelt Jesus. Then the human Jesus was nailed on the cross, and the Christ left him. Do you believe that? Were they right?
They could have been.
Oh, so you mean the Quran is wrong when it says Jesus is the Christ? Because this group says, no, Jesus is not the Christ. He's a man. Christ is God that indwelt him and left him. So then Muhammad is wrong.
Nobody knows for sure, and the Quran doesn't go into detail about it.
The Quran says Jesus is the Messiah. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the Jesus is the Messiah.
This
That's
group
what the
said
Jews
he's
thought.
not. You're not listening. See? Jihad, you're not listening. This group said Jesus is not the Messiah. He's a man, and the Messiah is a divine being, a God that came to dwell in him, but then that Christ left him when the man Jesus died and was nailed to the cross. And you're saying the Quran agrees with this?
The Quran came to correct all the disputes that they had. So the Quran says that they disputed amongst themselves.
So they're
about
wrong?
what Jesus was.
Both these Gnostic groups were wrong?
Yeah, they're wrong in
Good.
different angles according to
Okay,
Islam.
good. So then don't appeal to them
In
because
different angles.
okay, don't appeal to them because they don't agree with you. Now, where does the Quran say that someone else died in Jesus' place? That's Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 157, right?
Okay.
Show me where it says that someone was made
All right.
to look like Jesus.
That's enough for me.
Hmm.
Take it easy.
Okay. Jihad, take care. We'll talk some other time.
Even their own false holy text gives more reverence towards Mary, right, the mother of Jesus on this physical flesh, than to their own false prophet's mother. It just goes to show you that even though they create like a false religion to distract humanity from the truth of Christianity, they can't help but to accept the fact that Jesus Christ is God and that Mary is the mother of Jesus Christ here on this earth. You know, and one thing I find really interesting to prove my point actually that Jesus Christ is God furthermore is reading the Quran, because reading the Quran actually builds up my faith as a Christian because it leads me to believe that Christianity is true. In fact, it states, "He has sent down upon you, O Muhammad, the book and truth, confirming what was before it, and he revealed the Injil and the Gospel." Now, if you guys don't know what the Injil is, it's basically the Gospel, but the Torah is something that they also believe confirms the Quran that we have today. So, and he revealed the Torah and the Gospel. What does that tell you guys? The Torah and the Injil confirm the word of God that they have today, quote unquote, the Quran. So let's actually go back and see what that real word of God says. Let's see what the Torah and the Injil actually say. Because whenever we look at Galatians 1:8 in the Injil, it states, "But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed." Whoa. So you're telling me this book that came 700 years before the Quran is telling us, be aware if any angel comes to you with a different gospel or message than this? So it's basically letting us know that the Quran is false. So it's like, it doesn't make any sense. The Quran is saying the Bible's true, but the Bible's saying the Quran's false. So which one am I going to believe? The Bible or the Quran, right? But the Bible is saying, be aware if any angel comes to you with any different message or gospel. And 700 years after, Muhammad had a false revelation that was going to lead billions of souls astray from the true living God. And he had a revelation from Angel Jibril, apparently, that gave him a revelation from God. And it came with a different message or gospel than that which we see in the Torah and the Injil. So that one verse alone in both the Quran and the Bible and the true word of God, the living word of God, disproves all of Islam. And I feel bad for billions of souls that are going to hell. So the best thing that we can do right now is to pray for the Muslims and hope that they find Jesus Christ.